We got some big problems on our hands, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, announcements coming through: job loss, panic, worry, fear, banking system collapse, contagion risks, systemic risks of liquidity crises affecting financial institutions and jobs. Jobs, folks. Check this out. It's already here in many states. Today, they closed almost all PNC banks in Northern Virginia, and Walmart won't take cash. Now, folks, this is a comment in response to a video that I posted earlier this morning discussing the possible risks and future implications that we are likely to expect as a result of central bank digital currency, CBDC, and ISO 20022, FedNow, and unfortunately now new laws, legislation being passed without Congress's approval by the Biden administration, setting limitations on banks, but more importantly, limitations on you and I. But folks, this is information that we have actually covered before in previous videos, but now instead of what is coming, it's what is here. And this is part of why we do what we do, to plan and prepare and protect. Numerous videos about PNC making many changes to their banking systems, and not just PNC, but all banks. But more importantly, PNC from a position and standpoint of closing down branches, eliminating brick and mortar locations, and cutting back on jobs. As we can see here, that PNC Bank shuttering another 32 branches, including 6 in Northern Virginia. PNC Bank is also shuttering one more branch in Prince George's County and 5 others in Southern Maryland. So PNC Bank is shutting down numerous locations. Folks, please be warned. Please plan accordingly. This is not instruction for you to run out and take all your money out of the bank, but it is a heads up and a warning, particularly if you're an employee and if you rely on these bank branches on a regular basis. If they're going away, you're going to have to develop an alternative solution because they're just not going to be there anymore. They're probably going to create voids and holes and gaps in the community, as well as these vacant buildings, potentially housing or breeding, unwanted people in the area. But this is all part of the plan. And additionally, further updates, Virgin Orbit. Now, this one's very important, folks, because Virgin Orbit is a company belonging to the Virgin Group and provide launch services for small satellites. Founded in 2017. Thursday, they saw a stock drop of 43% after announcing it would halt operations and eliminate 90% of its workforce. Think about how many people you work with on a regular basis. 9 out of 10 would be let go. How much of an impact do you think that would have on your office, on your workload moving forward if you were one of the 10 to actually stay employed? How much more work you would be doing? How much stress would be on your shoulders after the fact? As well as how quickly and easily these people would be able to replace their income and find new jobs at a time like this. But it gets even worse because Virgin Orbit had more than 800 employees, led by President Dan Hart. And this was actually on a list of other companies and other layoffs. But I'm going to focus on this one particularly because this has a lot to do with the previous video that I just posted. And I highly encourage you all to go check that out after this video. And it says that on March 30, which was yesterday, the company announced that the layoffs were due to high expenses. That's inflation. That's rising costs. That's higher interest rates by the Fed. Remember, Jerome Powell said pain would be felt by businesses and families. Jobs would be lost. A target of 1.2 million jobs, but realistically closer to probably 2.5, maybe 3 million jobs. And most importantly, inability to secure meaningful funding. What does that mean? Well, meaningful funding means loans, basically. Meaningful, meaning whereas the money you borrow is less than the money you will make. And that's hard to do when the Fed continuously raises interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow. However, there's two sides of this coin here. Banks now are at risk and are panicking and worrying and don't want to lend money like they once did. Rightfully so. Now, this isn't just because of Silicon Valley Bank. This isn't just because of Signature Bank, but it's also because of the statements that have been made here recently by Joe Biden, Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, a variety of other influential voices in the financial monetary system, Jamie Dimon. And this is, again, we're planning, preparing to protect. This is a warning sign, folks. More job loss is coming. More layoffs are coming. More pain is coming. Hopefully, these people that will be affected by these changes will have a plan, a strategy, a budget, savings, a safety net, alternative means of resources, multiple income streams, because this is going to get really challenging, okay? And this inability to secure meaningful funding, we can see it here with a company. You know, if they were going to lay off 90% of 800 employees, then that means that, 720 employees are going to lose their jobs. 720. And then you got to think, 90% of these employees are going to lose their jobs. That means 10% are going to maintain their employment, and they're going to see effectively a near 1,000% increase in the workload that they're going to have to do to cover these people no longer working for the company until this company ultimately files for bankruptcy and potentially goes out of business, which would then have further implications on our ability to get satellites launched into outer space for a variety of reasons and needs that we are all accustomed to. More importantly, national security, really, if you think about it. I don't know if this is by design, if this is intentional or what, but we are definitely moving towards a path of mass destruction, which is, our dollar is at the epicenter of this. Granted, 2020, what we were facing was destruction by way of physical health and a virus. Now, our risk is what I've been telling you guys since last year when I started this channel, which is the risk is going to come in the form of a financial, monetary, budget expense, high interest, high inflation, income, middle class wipeout, low income devastation, total economic reset and collapse, which is going to force the hand of not only people but the businesses. And ultimately, this is a domino in a long line of dominoes that are falling and yet to fall. A link in the chain as our economy, nationally, regionally, internationally, globally, is all interconnected, but also, ironically, being modified and manipulated behind closed doors as we wait to have to adopt this new change, which is really looking like moving towards the complete opposite of what capitalism really looks like. This is what capitalism looks like. This is capitalism. No, it's not, because this is destruction. This is intentional demise and wipeout of so many with no chance of survival, and with a big plan and a push towards more likely a universal basic income, socialist, communist type society and party, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I don't know if you guys are interested in this. I don't know if you guys are welcoming this, but I can tell you that if we get to that point, it's not necessarily going to be a good thing, in my opinion, and it'll probably cause more harm than good. So, folks, please beware, be mindful, be diligent, be preparing, trying to eliminate, excess spending, debt, high interest debt. Prepare, secure the bag. The money is going to be the game changer, deciding factor for a lot of people, especially when it even comes down to just the basics of acquiring basic necessities, essentials, groceries, food, stocking up, stockpiling, filling your pantry. The prices are going up. The prices are going up drastically. I need to bring you guys an update, because Walmart food prices are now 100% more expensive than 2023. 150% more expensive this 2023, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, as well as, please, I should have said this earlier in the video, avoid the comments below of the random bots and spam and scammers trying to fraudulently contact you and communicate with you, pretending to be me. I am not trying to text you. I am not trying to WhatsApp you. I'm not trying to communicate with you in that form, in that matter. I may reply to a comment, but I'm never going to try to communicate with you to call me. I don't really want you guys to have my phone number. No offense. And if you want to reach me, by all means, my information is down below in the description. And I really do appreciate you guys reaching out and sharing this information and these updates of what's happening real time in your areas, because it helps to connect the dots, many of which that I've already shared with you guys in previous. I got like over 1,000 videos on my channel, I'm pretty sure, of warnings, updates, insider intel, breaking news, boots on the ground, real world info of what's coming, or at the time what was coming. Now it's here. Now we're looking at what's coming moving forward to prepare for that. And I hope you guys are paying attention. I hope you guys are adding this to your data bank and absorbing this knowledge and this information so that you guys are ready and prepared for what's happening next.